It's Wonderful Wednesday, and it's extra wonderful today because we're going to be sharing with you some real truth and some real ways that you can truly make a difference for something that we really need help with in our community. And we would love to hear from you. We love questions that you may have. I want to introduce to you Michelle, and she is from the Safe House. And Michelle, what do you do?
Hi everyone. I do work at SafeHouse of Seminole, and I am part of the outreach team. Many people think of a domestic violence shelter as only shelter services, but we also have a wonderful outreach building where we help a lot of survivors who have just not been able to come into shelter yet, or maybe they've already left and they still need a little bit of resources. And so we do economic justice, economic empowerment, so those who need help with jobs, with resumes, sometimes rebuilding their credit because of financial abuse. We offer that assistance at our outreach center.
Those are so important for getting a whole new life together. So we're here to talk about something very near and dear to our hearts, and that is the Safe House of Seminole and the fact that we do a 5K every year for the Safe House. This would have been our 12th year. And this Saturday, we are asking you to participate however you can virtually. We are asking you to walk, crawl, ride your bike, pray, and just however you can support the Safe House. And we're going to talk about why in a moment. They need help, but it's also a wonderful cause, and we're giving 100% of what we raise to the Safe House. This shirt that we have on, "We Rise by Lifting Others," is one of my favorite shirts we've ever had. And I'll show you the back because it has the Safe House emblem on it. And then we have the hashtag Friends Helping Friends. And then we have Walk on Water on the side. And basically this represents our community coming together to help a need. That's what we're about. If you're watching this right now, that's what you're about. So there's a direct need in our community, and we are friends helping friends. So on Saturday, when we would normally have the race out front and there'd be a couple thousand people here, we are asking people to go out on their own, get a little group together safely, and post your picture, buy a shirt, post your picture, and hashtag Friends Helping Friends, so that we can show all these pictures next week of all the support. We love the shirt because purple is domestic violence color, and it's also one of my favorite colors as well. But it's $25, and we have children's now for $19.99, limited supplies, and all the money goes. And we also have men's shirts. So you can support it by doing any of those things, whether it's praying, whether it's walking, whether it's buying the shirt, going online and just supporting the Safe House of Seminole. They really need help. They really need support because the COVID has really taken away a lot of their support. So this is something that we can all do. I'm tired of talking about what we can't do. This is something we can do. And so Michelle, I want to talk a little bit more. This is very personal. First of all, I was brought up in a very safe family and this beautiful environment, and I never experienced anything like this. But through working with you all over there and being exposed, and then also experiencing firsthand with a very good friend of mine, how real this is. The statistics show if you line up 3 women, 1 in 3 in the state of Florida have been affected by domestic violence. And if you line up 5 men, 1 in 5 have been affected. And the worst part of all this, if that isn't bad enough, is the number of children that are affected. So what I love about the Safe House is that it truly makes a difference, and you give the women and children a new start and stop it from going on to the next generation. And it's an amazing thing. So I thought we could just walk through some of the stats or some of the things that Safe House does. Let's say I'm like going through a really tough time and I need to call to get some help. What would that process look like?
Okay, the first step, whether you're ready to leave or you're staying in the relationship and you're just struggling and need someone to talk to, anyone can call the hotline number 24/7. Just call and talk to someone who understands, and sometimes just having someone listen to your story. And we also safety plan, because whether you stay or leave, your safety is so very important to us. So on this hotline, we'll safety plan with you, and then we'll see what do you need right now on your journey. So if you're staying, what support do you need if you're staying? And if you're ready to leave, what support do you need as you leave? And we offer the economic justice, which is to help those finances for many people will trap them.
Absolutely.
And so we work on helping them overcome whatever financial hurdles they may have. But then it's also that support talk, the counseling that you need moving forward. It's very difficult, and it's a lifelong journey because that emotional abuse really does take much longer to heal than the physical abuse does. And so we help survivors on that. We have food, clothing, toiletries, toys for the kids. We do a lot of groups to help them out. We have attorneys that can help them file for an injunction if they choose to file an injunction, which is that order of protection, and it's all free of charge.
That's amazing. So all the money that we're raising goes towards helping this, and I can't even imagine going through something like this, but how to take the first step to get myself and my family out of the situation, and then have that kind of support going through it. And what I love about it is there's accountability, and because there's things that have to take place for us to be able to get out of our situation and then live on our own and be able to support a family. And I love how SafeHouse offers that and gives opportunities and gives tools for them to be successful. And it's a huge success rate over at SafeHouse of people that go through the program and stay out of the domestic violence situation again. So it's amazing what goes on over there. So you go into schools and you educate. Share that piece of what you do.
I do. We have a teen program, and it's really important because we often think domestic violence is an old married people's problem, but it actually starts young. We worked with middle schoolers who have been in abusive relationships, and many just don't understand what's a healthy behavior. How do you treat your partner? What's okay, what's not okay? So I'm able to go into the schools. I can go into church youth groups.
Wow.
I can go just about anywhere young people gather, and we do fun interactive workshops about developing healthy relationship skills so that they will understand, and then that they'll also know that there's help out there if they ever need that resource to help them.
That is amazing. Just educating and coming in and sharing what that looks like in a relationship, how you should be treasured, how you should be cherished, and how that it's not okay if someone's speaking to you inappropriately or harming you in any way. And some people just don't get that from, they don't know the difference because it's what they've been brought up in. And I know in my son's private Christian school, when he was in elementary school, we had someone like you come in and speak, and there were people in the class that were experiencing some difficulties at home, and you were able to help them as well. So it can definitely be all walks of life, all ethnicities, all income levels. No one is excluded.
Right. Yeah. It does not discriminate,
yes.
And that's a harsh reality for many, because we like to think in our worlds it's safe.
Yes.
And safe for everyone around us. And it's heartbreaking when we open our eyes and see, but it's also empowering because we're able to help so many.
Well, several years ago, I was in a church service, and Pastor Hunter was talking about helping the widows and orphans, and it stirred my heart. What can we do? We are in an area in our community, and we want to help the need, especially for women and children. And so I met with the teacher, and she said she wants to do anything to do with women and children. We prayed, we Googled, SafeHouse came up. I found out about SafeHouse. We did an outreach project for them right away, and we went over and saw how real it was. And it was so impacting with all that is done there. And it was so appreciated, and it was just such a great experience that we wanted to get more involved. And so in that church service, when my heart was moved, I said, let's do a 5K. What better way to get the word out about, to have the whole community come out here and support the SafeHouse, and for those women and children there to know people support them. That's why the pictures of getting out and walking on that Saturday is so important this Saturday, is because they very much need the support and need the encouragement, and it's life-changing for them. We are friends helping friends. So I get so tired of people saying what they can't do right now, COVID this, COVID that. Like, let's work on what we can do. This is what we can do. We can all make a difference. So if I can't walk on Saturday, so you walk on Friday, so you walk on Sunday, and just do the hashtag. That's okay. But we definitely want to do something. there's many ways to get involved. There's many ways to donate, and those things are on the website. Now you're in need of some products right now and some items over there at the Safe House, canned goods.
Yes, definitely, and the larger size of diapers, sizes 4 and 5, and also right now toddler boy clothes. We've had an increase this week of many survivors with toddler boys.
Wow. Okay, did you hear that? Toddler boy clothes, size 4 and 5 diapers, and they have a list on their website of what they need, and you can drop it off here, and we'll take it over anytime we want to support in any way, and that's a good way as well. But I do want to share some personal stories of how domestic violence later on, after doing the 5K for 7 years, I had a friend that was killed by her husband, and she was one of my dearest friends, and she did not fit the profile. She came and supported our 5K always. She didn't miss. She supported every outreach I did, and she was one of my favorite people on the planet. And she was president of our sorority, and just a beautiful woman. And she was going through a tough time with her husband, and they were getting a divorce. And I saw her a week before this happened, and I asked her, I said, do you feel safe? And I just don't know why I even asked her that, because if I didn't think she was safe, I would have been coming home over to my house. And she said, oh yeah, I feel safe. I'm great. He's been great. Well, unfortunately, she got murdered, and then he took his life. And I've never been so shocked in all my life. Here's a cause that I'm all about. And here's one of my close friends who experienced it, and I had no idea. She had some bruising, and she said, oh, I ran into the wall. Oh, I had Botox. And we believed it. We just completely missed the signs. Are there signs when people are going through domestic violence that we should be more aware of and look for?
Yeah, and it is hard because there's such a shame stigma to the victims instead of the shame being on the perpetrator. So many people feel like it's their fault because they're told it's their fault. And sometimes it can be hard. It's not an anger management issue, and so often the bruises will be where they're not really seen. And
yes,
so that's
true.
Control. And there's so many excuses, right? And reasons why, and it's hard for people to talk about it. But
yes.
you notice the bruises, but we can't force someone
right.
to open up. It's just, she was aware.
Very minimal, and we didn't see what was going on. We had none of us, we all missed it. And it's heartbreaking. And so, this being one of our big causes, and her supporting this cause, and then this happening to her, we want to do something about it. We want this to stop. This is not okay. There is a place to go. There's a phone call that you can make. There's help out there. So if you suspect someone, or you know someone, or if it's you, we want you to know that there is a place for you. And now with the COVID, I know things are a little different over there because you're having to follow these rules. But that doesn't mean you can't call and get help.
No, our shelter is still open, outreach is still open, so we're offering all the same services because it is important. And I know, as a loved one who has lost someone, you have a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda. And many things are out of our control, and it's just doing what we can for those who we can, and loving the memories of those who have lost.
Yes.
It is hard. Many of the signs we pay attention to afterwards because it's hard to imagine, or we think that someone will open up. But a big one is isolation, pulling away. They're a little quieter. Oftentimes that's one of the first things that happen is your loved one is being pulled away, their partner is not letting them spend as much time out, but that's not always the case. Every case is different.
Michelle, did you have any personal experience with this as well?
I did. I actually brought a picture of my sister with her son. When her son was 3.5, she had finally said enough with her husband, and she was working on leaving, and he found out, and he killed her in front of their son. And it wasn't until after that, it was all those signs, that you notice, okay, he's always around. She wasn't spending as much time alone. He was controlling. And we thought, well, that's not really our thing, but we didn't understand that control is a big part of domestic violence. and we didn't see any of the bruising. She hit it very well. The work that I do is because it's so hard when we lose someone and you want to do what you can. I had to do a lot of healing before I could come and do the work again. And so it is my passion, and to let people know that, you know, it is very real. We can say the numbers, but when you think of your family, and if you think 1 in 3 women, 1 in 5 men in your family, it could be going through something like this.
It's shocking. It's not okay.
And so, you know, please don't hesitate to reach out, to call, even if it's just to talk. If you're thinking about leaving, you know, to understand the dangers.
Yes.
And if you're asking a loved one to leave, understand the dangers.
Yes. Even recently, there was a heartbreaking sort of situation that happened in our community. Same kind of thing. But we want you to know is that SafeHouse is a place you can call. There is a place you can go, and they do follow through, and they have resources, and there is so much hope, because in a moment's notice, you can get whisked out of your home, go to safety, get provided with food, clothing, a place to stay, job, things that you need, support, advocates to help you if you have to file the injunction. They'll help you with the attorney. All these things. I mean, Jeannie spends so much time. She's the director, president. Anyway, what's her actual title?
CEO.
CEO. I know, and Mary's CFO.
Yes.
Anyway, they're, you know, and she spends so much time writing grants and trying and getting this in place. And it's been amazing to see the work and see what's evolved over there and the support, because it's much needed to walk through this process. So we just want you to know you can make a difference. We want you to come on board, buy a shirt. You can go online. You can come to the store. You can just go to the website. It's going to connect you to the SafeHouse website where you can make donations. We had somebody that always supports our race as an awesome sponsor. She donated a huge amount of money, the same amount that she always does. It was amazing. You too can do that. It's a write-off, but more than that, it helps save a life. So please come on board and support this great cause. Michelle, you're so awesome for coming today.
Oh, thank you.
I so appreciate you. Is there anything else that you want to share that I might have forgotten?
No, I think it's wonderful. All your support, your knowledge, everything that you do for our community is so much appreciated.
Oh, it's a privilege, and it's the call. So thank you for being here. And you guys were clear. You can hear us. You can share this with others. Please share this with others. God bless you. Support this awesome, awesome cause. I hope to see you in a purple shirt every day, but especially this Saturday. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.